Hi, I'm Rebecca Quarmby and I'm going to be discovering and showing you how the average person could save quite a lot of money when it comes to buying clothes. When it comes to high street labels and fashion, most of us are suckers into buying them. But have you ever thought of saving all that expense and having to go and make your own clothes? This show is going to be going into why and how you would save all that money by showing you how to make your own simple clothes and taking a look into a vintage style and customisation.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I don't have the skills.
I own a sewing machine and I also knit and crochet, so I have made a few pieces myself, yes.
I think they look nice on certain people, definitely.
It's becoming more widespread.
I think it's mint because nobody else has got what you got.
I would truthfully probably go for a high street top. Seeing though I'm just not that much of a unique person, I like to blend in.
A homemade one? It's funnier.
Well, I'm quite into conservation and eco things, so I think given the time and expertise, I'd probably choose to go for homemade.
Britain loves their brands, and brands are very popular all over the world, such as Emporio Armani, Gucci and Hollister, which are all examples of high-priced clothing lines that clothes lovers, especially teens, will go out their way just to wear them. I personally want to dress in them clothes, but not pay the price that comes with them. Also, most people feel good wearing such a high fashion statement. I feel good knowing that I've made them myself, and what's more, it's more unique and personal rather than wearing something that someone else could be wearing. So I've been working on many of my dresses for a few years now, and this is an example of a dress that I've made last year. It's just simple blue cloth that I made, and with frills on the side and elastic for the gown in the middle. How I made this dress, and normally on my other dresses, is that I'll get some material, wrap it around the body, the width sorted out and put the pin in the top. I'd then sew that side down, put it back on my body again, put pins in the side to get my body shape, sew that, and then I'll hem it and cut the length. I add some gems or some frills. This is my idea for my dress that I'm going to make, and this is the material that I'll be using. I've chose purple. This dress is going to be for my birthday, so I want it to look quite glamorous, so I've got some gems that I'm going to be putting on the dress. So first off, I'm going to start by wrapping the material around myself, and then I'm just going to put it about there, so where it's comfortable. And I've got this excess here, and then I'm just going to make a marking with my pen so I know where to cut the material down from, so then I can sew the side. So now I'm going to cut down the material that I made a line on before. So I've just cut down the side, and now I'm going to begin sewing the edge. This shouldn't take very long at all. Now I've just seamed down the side, and I'm literally just wearing it. There's not much shape to it, as you can see. So I'm going to get some pins and literally place them down the side of the dress to get my body shape. So after putting the pins in, I'm now going to sew the edge again. So this will be for my body shape. So now I'm just wearing the dress to see if it fits, and it fits pretty well. So I'm going to cut the excess side material off and cut my length, so it should be short or long. It's entirely up to you. And then I'm going to hem the top and the bottom of the dress. I'm currently stood outside the font bar in Fallowfield, where the Mama Wolf hold a stall every Wednesday. They sell jewellery and vintage clothes. I'm going to find a bit more about the prices.
Everything's really cheap, like £15 or less. Yeah, it's always quite busy, especially when the sun's out. Probably because we just wanted to like bring like cheaper vintage to people, like cheaper than the high street. We like usually just alter things like lengths of dresses. We also do a lot of tie-dye. Yeah, we do. Even though everything's quite cheap, we do always make a profit.
Buying clothes from stalls can be a cheaper way of buying clothes. Also, having second-hand clothes and selling them can make you a lot of profit. Right, now this is ready to be hemmed. So I'm just going to hem the bottom. So all I do for hemming is I just simply turn it over like so and start sewing. So I've hemmed the top and the bottom, and this is the dress now. It's just fitted. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the top of the dress and clench it like that to make the shape of the top of the dress. So I'm going to clench the top of the dress with some pins, and then I'm going to sew it with the sewing machine, so that'll bring the shape of the top of the dress. So this is the part where we're going to be doing some price comparison. This is a top that I bought from Miss Selfridge, just a little plain black crop top, which surprisingly cost £12. It's quite a lot of money for just a little crop top. So I'm going to be making that again using some material that I bought, and I think got about half a metre here, and it just cost me £2.76. That's quite a lot of money saved there. And we're going to make pretty much the same thing. So first I'm going to start off by putting material out, putting the top over the material and then drawing an outline. When I've done that, I'm going to cut round the outline and then sew the edges together, which is going to make the basic top. Outline of the top onto the material, and then I cut round it and I finally sewn the edges and hemmed it up, and this is the final result. I'm going to do one more thing now to make it a bit more unique from the other top. I'm going to cut the shoulders, some little slits, because that's quite fashionable at the moment. And here is the finished result. A top that I've just simply made within half an hour. Put some slits in the top. Obviously it'll look a bit better when I don't have the dress on underneath. And we'll go to town and see what the public think. Just adding something onto it makes the top look more expensive than it actually is. And speaking of customising, let's take a look at Destiny, who likes to pimp up her clothes. How would you normally customise your own clothes?
Brought it from the shop and I didn't really like it. I'll just come home and sew like beads or jewels on them, and sometimes I get I know a lot of people are doing it, but I kind of do it different. I make a headband, and whilst it's on my head I put the stick-on gems and make little ribbons.
Do you do it often or just on odd occasion?
I'd say I more or less do it often because I go shopping like twice a week. And a lot of the times, my favourite shops are like Urban Outfits and H&M, and sometimes the clothes are good, but I always come home and mess about and stuff because my sewing machine is just right there.
What's your most favourite customisation that you've made?
Oh right, well it's definitely this one.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's well good. Right, basically, I brought the top from, I think it was River Island, but it's just plain. And then I brought these little gems from think it's from Affleck's Palace.
Yeah.
And then I just started to like put them on, and then when I went out, I wore it with like a skirt, and all my friends were like, "Oh, it looks really nice." Before it was like £50. I was
Yeah.
like, no.
Oh, so do you find it more convenient to make your own clothes than going to a shop?
Yeah, I would say, because it makes you more unique, you know. Like, say if someone's got like the same trousers and yours, yeah, but you've like, I don't know, you put something different at the side, or like you put a massive rip in your jeans. It just makes you look different.
So here is the dress, nearly finished, but for our last stage I'm going to put some of these gems on with this special glue and put it round the curve, the top of the dress. Put the last gem on my dress. There we go. So I've made 2 rows of gems, and this is the final dress. And that is how I make a simple dress.